not retiring. I just felt that after doing a dozen Olympics at this point, it just felt like enough. I could have continued, but it's always better to step aside on your own terms. And this will allow me to do a bit more baseball for the Major League Baseball Network. And maybe if the right situation comes along, not right away, but maybe if the right situation comes along, do more of the long-form type programming that I used to do, sometimes in sports, sometimes out, like back in the days of the Later Show in late night on NBC, or some of the stuff I used to do on HBO or on NBC's news magazines, if that opportunity comes along.
What are you going to miss most about the Olympics?
It sounds corny, but at this point, having done a dozen of them, what I'll miss the most is the colleagues and the people I work with, many of whom I grew up with in the business, many of whom have been friends of mine for 30 years or more. And being the person who, at least in prime time, carries the ball for the people who work so hard, not just those, and you've been around it enough to see people working these 18 or 20-hour days, but it's all the months and years leading up to it. A lot of them traveling the world to collect the features and the information and the background on athletes from more than 200 countries, if we're talking about the Summer Olympics. Being at the center of that and surrounded by so many people who are so dedicated to the task, I think that's the part that I'll miss the most.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.